Right, so it's the 9th of February 2025. Before I get into last night's reason why security stopped me, I'll just give you today's problems, because today seems to be a bad day at the moment. Justin Brains gone said, well sad said, Boner, so loud bike about 10 times. Rather personal subject, but I am getting really pissed off with this. Obviously the burning problem's very bad. I won't go into details of that. Obviously you know that already. So timed, going for a private session, and in the midst of finishing the private session, a 9 times loud bike timed. Breaking in Justin, molested Sadie, banged several times at midday exactly. The burning worsens at that stage. Shot dead just, molested Sadie said. Obviously I've never had sex with Sadie or molested Sadie, but there's nothing you can do about the lies that are going around. Royston said, Justin, you're being fucking busted, paedophile said. Bird tweet, shot dead, being molested, next life, Justin. Didn't say in your next life, just said next life, Justin. Unusual dog barks at the same time. I can't remember what was said, so I haven't written it down. Dead meat next week, breaking in. Dead just child molester said by a girl outside. Being shot dead, you child molester next week, you're fucking gone said. Being shot dead, you child molester next week, you're gone said without the swear word. 2 separate threats. Fucking nutcase, aren't you said. Penis up to 3 times loud bike. Right, so let's get with last night, shall we? I decided to go clubbing by myself. This will only have been the 3rd time in my whole life that I've been clubbing. The first time was in 2006 at the Palace nightclub. I didn't really get many problems actually, to be fair. I didn't get many problems last week either, when I went with a neighbour going clubbing. And I had a few threats from Hollywood Bowl last week, but going by myself last night, there was actually only 1 threat out of all the people that were out there, which is quite a shock, to be fair. And again, that was at Hollywood Bowl. Right, so I went to Chicago Rock, and they were playing mostly hip hop and new school jump up drum and bass. Everything seemed fine, there was no threats, no problems. And you did have quite a lot of rough people there, but there's still no problems. I don't actually recall there being any threats while I was there, nor at the 94 club either, which I went to afterwards. So security obviously came across asking what I'm doing filming, so he told me to come towards the entrance of the actual bar, the nightclub or whatever you want to call it, and he searched my bag, and I had to take all my stuff out of my pockets and inside pockets and stuff like that, to just so he's happy with what I had. So I didn't have nothing on me, obviously, so that was all fine. And then obviously he needed to see the footage that was on my camera, because I was filming the nightclub. I was actually keeping away faces, and I showed him the videos that I did. So there's 5 altogether. He let me keep one of them, which is the one where I've got my own face in the picture. So he said, didn't really say much. I was suspecting that somebody possibly reported it, but I do not know. Nothing was said. But he did walk to the lady that was over there, and which was standing opposite where I was, who I was speculating who could have reported me, who would have been in her early 20s, a fat type lady. So I played the the videos, because they're only short videos, played 2 of them, 2 of the latest ones that were on there, and he told me to delete them off, and then I deleted the other 2 off. I said I'd delete them off, so he wasn't too bothered by that. And then he said, can you hold on, I want to see that one. So I played him the one with me, and he says, oh, it's okay, you can keep that one. And then obviously the rest of the stuff that was on the camera was all the other stuff was shown before I went round in with the pictures that were on there, and then he was okay with that. A report came in to say that someone was caused damage in the loo, and suspecting I did it, so the security told me to wait there, but luckily some other guy has reported someone in there causing it, and said that it's happening now. Then the security said, is it this gentleman here? And he said no. So obviously they found out that wasn't me. Straight after that, something else emerged, but I can't remember what it was now, because obviously I was drinking quite heavy last night, and it's difficult to sort of remember properly what the issue was, and I didn't really hear properly what was being said because it was very loud with music playing. But it came to a stage where they went to say that they might have to call the police. Then somebody else came along, another person that's a security in the actual bar, and said, no, he's okay, he's fine, let him go. And they said, they left it at that, but they said that you're banned from coming back here, so that's not good news, but that's what was said. And then obviously I left. At a 94 club, no problems at all. And I went to go in another place, which again is about £5 to get in, but you've got to have specific clothing on, so you've got to wear jeans or those types of trousers to go into that specific club. So in the end I walked back, and there was no other problems coming back in the evening of last night. Though when the burning started, I did play my music a little bit loud, but it wasn't as loud as the night before. I had a bit more controllability, and I was drinking a couple of cocktails when I got back, and that's the end of the night. When he told me that I was banned, he said this is not to be nasty or anything like that. He said it's for your own good, and that's basically what he said. Despite that problem about the security guard or anything else, I did actually speak to a couple of new people, so I did actually make some form of friends. But there was some things that were said which was very interesting. One of them said that there's no single people anymore, and this is in the actual nightclub, the Chicago Rock, so that's not a good sign, is it? And the other thing, there was a lot of kissing and cuddling there, and someone else was saying that there's no prostitutes left, but I wasn't actually talking about that subject. It was being discussed by someone near me where the conversation took place. Again, that's at Chicago Rock, so I wanted to mention that. Right, so I just want to mention going Aldi's, because obviously I've been to Aldi's. So the time I allow bike to erection. Then there's a sexual car with a light on in my direction only. Then there's another motorbike timed. I can't remember what the other bit was. Managed to get across the road. I think there's red cars that are over time and red, white, whatever. Maybe a couple of black and blue, I can't remember. A car trying to hit me in the car park. All the aisles are blocked in Aldi, so I had to struggle to go down the aisles I needed to go down. I'm sneezed at a checkout. Someone bow whistles. It's possible that someone was trying to take a photograph of me with their smartphone, which they were going to name the sex phone, by the way, in 2003, 2004 area. But it's politically incorrect, so they saw females or sexual-looking teenagers as being smart, and that's why they named the internet phone the smartphone. And that would be the sort of attitude they would have had back in that time, because everyone thought a teenage girl was a very sexy person in most age groups. So obviously today that's not the case, because people have a different theory and what age they should go with or whatever. But back in the time when the smartphone first existed, that's where they got the name from. It's actually been on telly as well, on the news back in that time period. Anyway, back home, gun type sound, and that's it. Banging in sequence to threats as I go down to the bottom floor by someone coming past, a neighbour, and paedophile being shot dead said, and possible gunshot sound after that.